We only have 7 days to do the effects for both of these shots.
I'm nervous.
Now we're gonna frame it up, then we're gonna light it, and then we're gonna shoot it.
Now it gets a lot more involved.
Oh, the cat! You put a cat in there! Whoa! Hey everybody. I'm Valentina Vee, and I'm here with Clinton Ponisher.
That's right.
Jones. We are talking about why is it important to have a VFX supervisor on set? How do you speak to a VFX supervisor? What is a VFX supervisor?
If you're filming your movie, you're filming your short film, you don't know a thing about VFX, and you're just like, yeah, we'll figure it out later. And then later comes around, and you're like, uh-oh, I have to refilm all of this. The VFX supervisor is just there to make sure things go smooth, help brainstorm and make things easier for the director, the DP.
You have a script supervisor on set to make sure that everyone's staying on the script, make sure continuity is correct, and the VFX supervisor makes sure that the VFX is correct and everything's set up for success.
100%.
Let's go, let's actually shoot this thing.
Let's do it!
We have a scene outside. It is an alley scene, kind of inspired by Blade Runner, Altered Carbon, and/or somebody who is on the run from the law. There's a bounty on his head and comes upon one of the signs, and that sign happens to be his wanted poster.
Super cool concept. It's only a couple shots.
One that is the walk-up, one that is the poster itself, and then one that is sort of his close-up. So 2 of those shots have VFX, and one of them doesn't.
We only have 7 days to do the effects for both of these shots. And yes, that might seem like a lot of days. It's not. We need to build advertisements for each one of those screens. That is a lot of work. And then from there, you need to roto the character as they pass by these ads. We need to add, that's the tripod shot. I would like to do it off the tripod too, just to get options. Now it gets a lot more involved.
All right, let's go do it.
Do it!
It's a technique to it.
You seen Dune?
I have seen Dune, yes.
Remember the Sandwalker dance?
The Fremen cross desert spaces using the sandwalk.
Yes.
It's a little bit.
This is what we're doing?
Like that. So photo scanning is the process of taking a whole bunch of pictures of your environment or your object. So many pictures that you get it from every single angle, and you drop them into a program. That program stitches those images together and spits out a photoreal 3D recreation of your object, of your environment. You want to shoot your photo scans in overcast lighting, ideally, because you can determine the lighting in 3D later, basically. And I'm shooting what's called stereo pairs. So a stereo pair is like, I'll take one picture here, you're getting this side, you're getting this side. And the second stereo pair is up here and down here, and that gets 3D vision of my viewpoint right here. And if I do that in sidestep and do it over and over, you'll actually most efficiently capture all angles of your environment. Shoot flat, shoot raw, and then later I'm just gonna flatten everything out even more, stitch them together in reality capture. I got a whole tutorial on this on my channel. You could check it out right up here. I'll walk you through the whole process.
So right now we are setting up the camera. So we did a little blocking rehearsal. Now we're gonna frame it up, then we're gonna light it, and then we're gonna shoot it. We are going with a low angle, and we're also going with a wide because we really wanna establish the scene. We may wanna do a set extension in the back of that alley over there. A lot of times when you're introducing a hero or an anti-hero, you always kind of see that God angle from below, that low angle. There's a lot of spill on the ground, which could look cool once we do a wet down.
Are we doing a wet down?
We have some water bottles that we're gonna spread on the ground. So.
Okay.
The idea here is that on the left and right side of the alley, there's all these advertisements, right? Right now, obviously, we don't have those signs made. So we are making the borders of them out of tubes, because if you replace the tube with the sign, what you still get is the atmospheric, like, spill that's happening on the wall and also on his face as he's walking through. And that's the whole idea. We're making signs that are the same colors as the lights, so it looks like the signs are casting light onto him. Not only from this side, but from this side. We have some tubes that are on this side of the alley, making it look like the alley is actually narrower than it actually is, as if the wall of the alley ends here and there's more signs here. They can be pulsing, they can be chasing. It'll look really cool in the end. 3, 2, 1, action.
This is great. I don't have to do anything. This looks
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah. Just
already.
don't do anything to this shot whatsoever.
This is really, you guys are making my job so easy because so much of like the beauty of this is in the footage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this whole 360 camera here and grab an HDRI of the environment as is. Cause like all the stuff I'm gonna be adding in 3D wise,
Yeah.
I could light it, a lot of matching. This will give me 80% of the way there. I'll go in and add stuff. So I need that light data from you cause I'm colorblind. No joke, that's gonna be so helpful to get all that information. Like I'm just be guessing.
It's past midnight. I've got a hat on. It's cold. Moving on to the next shot. This is our hero shot. This is where we're seeing the poster in the background. We are focused on this billboard and what's coming off of it. So all we did was sweeten it up. We moved those lights that were on the other side of the alley a little bit further down so that they are consistent with what we saw in the wide. And once we turn the infinite bars on, we're just gonna go for it. Hey Clint,
Yeah.
do you want to take a look at this frame? You can see it on the monitor too. What
What if you went lower?
Yeah.
Because it's a big sign, right? Yeah. Like that.
3, 2, 1, action. Okay, Clint, moving on.
Great, yeah. Yep.
Okay, let's move on. So we have to get the asset of the wanted poster itself, which means we have to shoot our actor on either a blue screen or a green screen. Because we're lighting him blue, it makes more sense, I think, to do a green screen rather than blue screen, right?
100%.
We need to have a giant 12-foot green screen. You might think, oh, a person's only like maximum, 7 feet, but we have to have enough distance between him and the green screen so that we can light the green screen separately and not have any spill. So you actually need quite a bit of length. On top of that, we're using a 50mm lens. So we are as far back as possible, the longest lens possible, and still he's barely fitting in. We actually turned the camera on its side because we want to have the maximum resolution available. I wanted to have the camera as low as possible, which is why we put it on a sandbag on the ground, because we want to be looking up his chin, because in the previous shot, it was a lower angle. So the actual advertisement, we would be looking slightly up at him.
It was looking a little dark up by his head. That's technically the toughest part because his hair, right? So I want that to be as nice and crisp as possible. So they're just moving the lights up a little bit to light the topmost part of the green screen. That's gonna be the best key in the whole wide world.
Yeah, I
That's
think so.
one click.
That looks so good.
Yes.
What do you think?
We got it. We're done.
That's a wrap. Woo! Yes. Oh yeah, sorry Sterling, hold on. Okay, I got you, boy. Here you go, sir. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I will see you in 1 week.
1 week. I will get this to you in a week. In 1 week. I'm very excited to do these effects. For me, the fun is gonna come from building out the 3D environment and playing with the footage.
We are back, we are together, about to take a look at what this looks like. I'm so excited to see it.
I'm nervous. I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will. I was there on set and I know your capabilities, so let's watch it.
Let's do it.
Oh man, the color looks so good.
Yeah, I love how this came together. Ooh, I love now seeing the close-up. The way that it matches all together, kind of like seamlessly transitions from shot to shot. I think the details that you added really created a new world.
That is the most fun part for me. So I'm glad it came out that way.
Honestly, it was a boring alley and we created magic.
Good teamwork. Good teamwork.
Oh, the cat! You put a cat in there!
I did.
That is so fun.
What is CG?
Everything basically above the roof where the cat's sitting. I do see you used probably like the building that you shot that night.
Yeah, that came in handy. I did add some camera shake. So I went with the locked off camera. I threw everything I had in my tool bag at that first shot to try and really 3D track it. With 3D tracks,
They have to be perfect.
Right.
I can't 3D track the shot. That's what I had at the end of day one, and it was very stressful. But I think what would have made it a little easier is if we actually like picked the camera up a little bit more to see the ground.
Okay.
We were missing like ground tracking points. That's something that I should have caught.
But I think what you did here is great. How did you add that camera shake?
That was probably the easiest thing. I have some 2D tracked footage. Camera setup, I'm just holding it, filming a wall. I 2D track that.
Okay.
Copy paste onto a camera in After Effects. And then now the camera has this real tracking data from real footage that I was like hand holding.
What did you think about the posters that I sent you, the assets?
Oh, so good.
Oh, thanks.
That was so helpful to have because there wasn't time to create. I was like, guys, let's have the posters be out of frame. There's not going to be time to make these. I just can't. You worked the weekend too, and you sent them over on a Sunday. I was like, V, that is the best.
I just used a lot of like Adobe stock, their Mogurt, so their motion graphics templates. I matched the speed, like for the first one, I matched
noticed
the speed of it and the color of it with the speed and color of the lighting. And for the second one, I did the same thing.
And all of that reads really well because basically what I did is I took that HDRI. It's basically just like a 360 sphere of light that projects light onto all of these 3D objects. I basically replicated all of the light bars on set, the light panels, all of this stuff, the tubes, and made 3D versions of those lights. So it gave the realistic glow on like the phone booth, or like you noticed here, like it's glowing up here.
That just makes it look so much more real.
Yeah, that's what is so satisfying about it.
Adds the reality to it. Let's look at the next one.
I have two versions. I have like a version that's popped out, and then I have a version that's flat.
Ooh.
So we had shot Sterling on a green screen, key him out, pop his full body onto there, do like a spinning thing.
Yeah.
I originally started with a full body, but I cropped it in to really sell the fact that it's him.
Something that's interesting in this shot that wasn't in the first shot was in the first shot, the actual lights are painted out. But in this one, because the infinibars, they fit so flush together, it really does look like it's supposed to be in the shot. I just noticed you named him Bonky Jojo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is this W an upside down M?
It could be. It's actually the GameCube font. So
And then you did another one.
yeah, I did like a 3D one that's like, it's just a little harder to read the text, and like we have it for an option if we want it, but
Personally, I really liked the popped out version.
Good.
I know that you can't read it as well, but the thing is, that's not the important thing. It's the wanted text that's important, and the fact that the viewer realizes that it's him.
so I would agree.
Please walk me through your process here.
Yes, this was the last thing that I did. Originally, I had it with the lights in, and you were like, no way, Jose. Let's get them lights out of there. Once I got the ads done that V provided, I put them in. The next thing was the background, and like I said, this was the plate that I shot on my Sony A7R II. I love matte painting stuff. It's world building is my favorite. And a little bit of fog from Action VFX. Threw in a little kit bash building back here.
Where'd you get the cat?
I just went to YouTube and typed in green screen cat. And then this is the shadow pass. The shadow really ingrains the 3D objects.
Oh,
added.
that is so different when
Yeah.
you go from beginning to end. Wow, that's wild.
If you look on this AC unit in the foreground, there's this shadow of like
Of him?
but it's like a
It
fake.
was so well done. Those little details like that makes it real.
And that's the stuff. It's nice to have the extra time to add those details, because that was literally yesterday.
More time, more better. So at some point, you have to kind of determine how many details are you going to put in there versus how much time do you have to do those details.
Yes.
What makes it worth, okay, let's add a little distortion here.
I had 6 days to do these shots, 7 days, because I lost the first day to tracking. What's the most important thing to sell this? Also, I asked myself what's going to be the hardest. And to me, that was shot one. And I basically got shot one to the point where, like, if I died, it'd be passable. Like, obviously we wouldn't be doing this right now, but you'd at least be able to air the episode with like something to watch.
I'm sorry, if you died, we would not be airing this episode.
You'd have to air it in my honor, so that when I got shot one in a place where it's like, okay, you know, looking okay, obviously a lot to do, I went to shot two, and I pretty much built this and finished shot two in a day, and went back to shot one. And then that gave me like 5 days to basically max out shot one, aka shot three. Now that everything is aligned, the ads are in, now I can just go in and have fun in 3D.
Order of operations is get the things that have to be done first, and then any other fun details if you have time.
Yeah, basically.
I think this is just enough, honestly. I wouldn't have wanted to add any more.
Yeah, I think it's good to go overboard and then be reined back a little bit. Because if you don't go overboard, then you don't know the limit. It definitely helps being there on set, because who knows what, if I wasn't there, like, who knows? When a director has a VFX knowledge, that's huge.
Honestly, when there isn't a VFX supervisor, it's like you can still get what you need done,
Yeah.
but it's gonna take more time and more money. And that's the thing.
If I were to give a piece of advice to anyone, if you can find that spark that gets you wanting to create something, follow that spark. Don't let it slip out from under you.
All right, we're done. I am so happy. This looks so good. Thank you for collaborating with me on this.
That was amazing.
Yay! If you want to follow Clint, here are his socials. If you want to follow me, here are my socials.
I got a YouTube channel. It's called Punisher. I teach how to do 3D stuff from Cinema 4D to Unreal Engine.
Leave us a comment if you want us to do more of this kind of stuff, and also what we should do if we team up again.
Bring me back. Let's do it again. If you guys liked this video and you learned something, you had a good time, subscribe to Aputure. It's a good place to be.
Until next time, happy shooting, happy VFXing.
Yes. Bye-bye, everybody. Later.